Hey, horror fans! Once again, it is me, the Horror Miser Money. It's time to review the latest horror film. It is called Margaux. Now, Margaux is a 2022 American horror film that was directed by Stephen C. Miller. It was written by Chris Beirudi, Chris Silverstein, and Nick Waters. Now, the film stars Madison Pettis, Jedediah Goodcare, Vanessa Morgan, Phoebe Mule, I think I pronounced her name right, Jordan Berhat, and Richard Harmon and Susan Bennett. Now, in this film, a group of college friends rent a smart house for the weekend. Later, they start to realize that Margaux, the house's super advanced AI system, has sinister designs for them. Oh boy. Now, horror fans, when it comes to horror films, I believe we will never see the end of the cabin in the woods settings. You take a group of young, good looking adults, place them into a decent, well furbished cannon or house or mansion, whatever the placement is, and then insanity occurs. Whether it's a mass killer, Jason, Freddy, whatever it is. The dude from the kid guy from the burning could be a demon or even an evil spirit, a la the Evil Dead, or even an animal. Horror fans have had their fill of seeing the premise in plenty of horror films. It doesn't matter what it is. Anytime we get a cabin in the woods setting, we have this type of a setting. It's irrelevant. I mean, it's everywhere. I mean, we even had a horror film called Cabin in the Woods. Now, however, film director Stephen C. Miller tried to do something different with this premise with his entry called Margaux. Meet the Nerd Herd. Interesting name for a group of college friends that includes Hannah, Drew, Kaylin, Devin, and Clay, who, along with Drew's influencer friend Lexi, are off to a weekend fun in a nice looking cabin in the woods. Now we learn that this cabin is a smart house run by an advanced AI system called Margaux, which controls all the systems in the cabin. Whatever you want, Margaux can get for you. If you want some coffee, if you want some drinks, if you want some pot, if you want some oversexed toys, Margaux can get them for you. Everything seems fine as Margaux gives them anything what they want or need, but it's not long before long when they find out that Margaux has some sinister plans for the group. Can't trust these AIs, can you? No, you really have to give Steve and his writing team credit for coming up with something unique with a unique premise in the Cabin in the Woods storyline that we've seen before in horror films. I mean, this is something different when it comes to this setting. Now, obviously, like smart apps like Alexa and Siri that can control almost anything, I'm sure we'll have something like Margaux that can control an entire house. I'm pretty sure they're working on something because, put it this way, where you're in your car, where you're in your TV, all you have to do is say either Alexa or Siri, can you do this, can you do that? And they do it for you. Almost everything is being controlled in smart apps. So I'm not surprised that we will see something like this that we have in the horror movie. Now, while the premise is unique, this isn't the first time we've seen AI trying to kill humans in movies. Whether it's HAL 9000 from the 1968 2001 The Space Odyssey, or Skynet from the 1984 Terminator, or its subsequent sequels, we've had our fair share of AI attacking humans, or trying to kill them or eliminate them, whatever the problem may be. I also like the fact that the writers, Chris Beirudi, Chris Silverstein, and Nick Waters, tried to give Margaux a personality. They make her speaking slang so that it puts the young adults at ease before she attacks them. And you really have to give Susan Bennett credit as the voice of Margaux, as she really tries to play into their personalities. Like I said, by the time she knows what type of people that they are, she tries to speak in their language so that way they can understand her. It's just like if this was in the 90s and we had a bunch of, I say, African American people in the house, I'm pretty sure it'd be trying to speak ghetto. Now, Steve doesn't waste any time, and the film is nicely paced, but it's at the expense of character development because we really don't get to know anyone. I mean, other than Hannah, we really don't get to know any of the other members of the herd nerd, other beyond their cliche characters that they are. Clay loves to smoke pot. Devin and Kayla are an oversexed couple, and Lexi is a conceited influencer who only cares about how many likes she gets, or how many subscribers she wants to subscribe, or how her butt looks when she's exercising. And poor Drew, he is the lovelorn hero who obviously has feelings for Hannah, but for some reason doesn't act on them. We don't know why he doesn't. We can tell that they're attracted to each other. We know that they like each other, but for some reason they don't act on them. But that's all we know. Another problem is when Margaux does start attacking the group, it's kind of lackluster at best. It doesn't even create the type of tension and suspense you need in a film like this. I mean, if you're going to have a murderous AI, at least do some damage to them, because when the film starts, you actually think that this is going to go somewhere. But then when she does, that's it. This is all you're going to do. Where's the danger? Where's the I know we're expecting something decent, but we're not really getting anything. Now, the acting is serviceable, as Madison Pettis is okay as Hannah. She's a computer programmer who is suspicious of Margaux from the jump, and she really just wants to spend the weekend with her friends, Lexi not included. Now, it's interesting that the fact that they actually had a computer programmer in this particular film, hence we have a superior AI machine, so obviously we know that she's going to be the one that figures it out. So it's really no surprising what happens, and that Madison is the one that tries to come up with something to stop Margaux. I mean, the other actors are okay at best, but they really can't do anything to make the audience care what's happened to them, because the script doesn't allow them to do anything other than be the type of cliche characters that they are. Again, like I said, it's fast paced, but we don't have any character development other than what their roles are. We don't know anything more about this nerd herd other than what they are. Whether the guy smokes too much, we have an oversex couple, we have the lone hero, and then we obviously have the straight and narrow and final girl. And that's it. That's all we know about them, and then we don't get to know anything else about them. Now, I don't know what the budget was for this film, but most of the CGI that they use in here, it's okay, but I expect more practical effects. Whatever practical effects we get little to none. And that kind of cheapens the film, because when we do get some of the CGI effects, they look very phony. Some of it's pretty good, and I like some of the aspects that you get from this AI and what she's capable of doing, because it's more modern technology and it does look good at times, but unfortunately other times you can tell it just looks terrible. Overall, while we do have a unique premise in an old setting in a horror film that could have really done something good, but instead we have something that's flat, lackluster outing, and really doesn't go anywhere. So I'm going to give Margaux 2 out of my 5 bloody gold coins. That's only going to get 2 out of my 5 bloody gold coins. It's something was there, but for some reason Stephen C. Miller and his writing team just didn't want to push the envelope enough in order to make it more exciting. And what we have is this. So what are you going to do? To me, it's just you can watch it, do what you can with it, and then that's it. Nothing else is going to happen with this film. So there you have it, fellas. That is my review for today. Hope you did enjoy it. And if you did, please give me a thumbs up, like, and share, because you know how it helps out with that YouTube algorithm. Also, have you seen Margaux? Leave your comments in your comment section below and tell me what you thought about the film. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. That way you'll be notified anytime when I put a new video such as this one. Once again, my name is Lamont Smith, better known as the Horror Miser Monty G, and always remember that horror rules. And I see you in the next video. I'm out.